Qualifier 4 was just cinema. I'm not gonna lie, at this point there's nothing else I have to say. We had competition getting very heated. We had a top 3 which I did not expect to see in some manners. We also had just a lot of changes on the leaderboard. We're more than halfway now through the qualifiers, and it's starting to show. Some people still aren't showing up. I want to talk about everything, what's going on, who won, what's going on with the leaderboard, the stats, and my predictions. Let's talk about it because we have a lot of things to go through. First off, I want to talk about the top 3. So let's put this on screen right here. As you guys can see, lobby 1 was won by Kaki, Pure, and Cyclone. They had a pretty dominant run, and I will get back to this, but this was a pretty important win, especially for Cyclone. Lobby 2 was won by Noble, Dubs, and Elise. I'm not gonna lie, this lobby was quite a mess, but they brought it home. They did their thing, and they managed to get the first place points. So I want to talk about this competition before I get to the leaderboard. Cyclone was beefing, and this is not usual. This is not unusual. Sorry, for anybody that's been following the tournament. Cyclone just always beefs. But he was beefing with 14 and Odoofs. Odoofs didn't end up playing qualifier 4, but 14 did. They were in the same lobby, and Cyclone's team managed to clutch up. Now, I need to say this. Kaki is insane. I'm going to get back to it, but the performance he went through was just insane. Before I go on Kaki's performance, I kind of want to just go through the leaderboard and see what is going on, and just my mention. I will put this on screen here so you guys can see this again. I'll cycle it so you guys can see both pages of the leaderboard, because we have around 46 teams, if I remember well, on the leaderboard right now. So I want to mention, obviously, Kaki, Pure, and Cyclone with the win here. They're bringing it back. They are now officially fully first place. They are not tied with Tease, Krampus, and Blur anymore. Tease, Krampus, and Blur did not play qualifier 4, so no points were added there. They're still on the 30. They're still very, very good in terms of placement, but Kaki's team does pick up the first place. I also want to mention Static, Stonka, and MTQ holding it down. They are now 4th place. They've been playing the tournaments, and they've been sticking together, having some good placements every single week, and that is just starting to show. They are now 25 points in, and they have a spot in the qualifiers, almost assured qualification. Ju, Con, and Solars, same story here. They're also playing well. They're playing together, but they also had the advantage. They ended up with a very, very good placement on lobby 2, getting 2nd. So they got a lot of points with that lobby, and they're now 5th on the global leaderboard. The other people I wanted to mention was 14's team being 6th. So they're definitely not out of the leaderboard, even though they couldn't bring it home this tournament compared to Cyclone's team. I know the rivalry is there, and it is definitely going to keep growing. I doubt this is going to stop until Grands comes around. And I also wanted to mention we have Latino Logic Daniel back on track. Daniel is our season 1 Grands winner, and he's been kind of AFK, I'm not gonna lie, but he's come back, and he came back strong with a nice finish of a top 3. Latino was right with him doing this. They were playing great, honestly, with Alpine, and they managed to pick up the 3rd place. They're now 10 points in. They are clinched for the 18th place, which is currently at 10 points. That is the qualifier points you need this season right now if I were to end the season, but it's not. There's still 4 more qualifiers to go, so I don't know how much higher it will go. I was expecting the qualifiers to go around 20. Right now, my expectations are looking like they're right, but I think it might be even more than 20 points necessary to qualify for this. I'm not 100% sure. Nobody can know. We can't know until the qualifiers actually finish. Then I want to get to the stats. So I'll put the stats on screen here. I want to start off with eliminations, because that is usually what people worry about the most. And I need to mention we have a team that has over 150 elims. 150. That team is obviously the team that is first place: Kaki, Pure, and Cyclone. Now Cyclone has 30 elims, which is good. Not enough to be in the top 10, but still good. Pure has 36. He's currently sitting on, let me just check this, I think he's sitting on 8th place, 7th place, 36, which is great. Kaki has 84 elims. This man almost has 100 by himself. He is running through this lobby. I cannot hype this more, this guy is showing off quite a performance every single tournament he's played. The 3 tournaments, he's had over 84 kills. Some people have played 4 and they don't even have half of his kills. So Kaki's performance is quite insane at this point. That's not much I can say there. They also picked up quite a few wins in terms of round wins. So they are now first also on round wins with 9. I'll go through real quick. The top 3s, we have almost everyone in the top 10, top 9 actually, being 3 top 5s or more. So that's currently what you need. And tournaments played, you need at least 4 right now. So you need to have played every single tournament to actually be able to get the stat bonus there. Now, that was that for the stats. I want to talk about my prediction and what I think is happening for some of these teams. First off, I need to mention this. I think Cyclone, Kaki, and Pure are probably winning these qualifiers. I'm not gonna lie, they've been showing up and they've been doing their thing. I don't know if any team will be able to take their crown, but right now they are looking like probably one of the best team in the lobby and one of the team to watch out for to win this grant. Now, I also need to mention we have Kugo, Swixy, and Bresci. They were supposed to make a comeback. Sadly, they didn't manage to queue in. But I think if we see this team actually put all their effort into it, they can actually come back and they could be a good contestant. They're currently sitting on 10 points, which is great, honestly. And they don't need that much more to be able to get a qualification spot for heats. I want to mention about the other teams that don't necessarily have as much light on them, but also are doing good. Pharaoh, Heem, and Wavy are actually at 14 points, which is quite good at this moment. And I think if they keep grinding and they keep putting their hearts on this, they will definitely make heats. And it could actually be a surprise team to make grants. I'm not going to put my money on it, but I think it's actually possible. The last team I wanted to talk about was Flanto, Tide Pods, and Pars. They played on this qualifier 4 and they were looking pretty good. I'm not going to lie. We just need a few more tweaks, but I think we have what it needs. And I think this trio here, if they stick together, has the potential to make it to heats and to grants. Finally, I just want to mention, we are going into qualifier 5. And I think this is what I like to call the survival stage. At this point, if you haven't started and haven't tried to get in these lobbies, you need to start as fast as possible, because the points are simply going to get higher, and to secure your qualification spot to heats, it's going to be quite hard. So I want to say to everyone that hasn't played yet, make sure you tune in. Next qualifier will be on Sunday. I am not 100% sure with the time yet, but the time will be in the Discord. So for everybody that is wondering, by the time this video comes out, I think the time might actually already be in the Discord. With that being said, I think that's all I have for today. It's been a great overall season, and I'm hyped to see what this season has to offer. I'm off.